All right, a couple minutes before market open, 1 hour is looking bullish here, looking to attack this 4 hour buy side and this 4 hour buy sit up here. It looks like we're going to continue to sell off ending last week down here, but we've kind of started to flip bullish. We have these internal highs here, so that's what I'm looking to target because of the 1 hour is bullish. So if we ideally we'd come back down and tap this 1 hour gap and then continue higher, or we would just run through this 1 hour gap, and if we run through that 1 hour gap, then I would have confidence in targeting this sell side down here. So this 1 hour gap is going to kind of determine what I'm going to target for the morning, but as of right now, we look pretty bullish. Alright, we did tap this baby 1 hour gap. We have this smaller 1 hour gap right here. We barely tapped it on the market open candle. Starting to get bought up from it. In order to be confident in taking a trade, I would definitely need to see us close above these internal highs on like the 5-minute chart to actually start to displace past them. And if we can close above, then I would be willing to look for an entry to like a pullback to a fair value gap, and then target higher. I would not want to enter on this first 5-minute candle close though, just because this barely was a retrace at all. I would rather wait for us to continue a little bit higher, pull back to a 1 minute, and then potentially get entry from there. I wouldn't take something like this quite yet, because I'm not that confident. And we'll see how this 5-minute candle closes here. Alright, so technically did close above the internal high. Not that convincing of a close though with this wick, but it looks like we're going to continue higher. So now I'm willing to potentially scale into the 1-minute chart, and I want to see us start to displace and ideally form a gap that I can potentially execute on if we want to continue to pump higher. So we will see what happens. Alright, so this is why we wait, because we start to reject this internal high and do this nonsense. That being said, we did rebalance to this 5-minute, so at this point I would want to see us close above this internal high that we literally just put in. If we can close above that sufficiently on the 5-minute, then I would be confident in taking longs if the displacement candle is very convincing, and it looks like we're making our way up right now. So we'll see. I'd want to see the 5-minute, either the 5-minute close above. This is a nice 1-minute displacement, or if we form 1-minute gaps. But really, I'd want to see the 5-minute close above this internal high after kind of rejecting originally. But in my opinion, it looks like if we're gonna make this move and close up here, it looks like we don't want to rebalance any further before we go take the buy side up here. Alright, so we have 1 minute and 10 seconds before this 5-minute candle closes, and this is why we wait right here, because right now we're rejecting it. I will say though, it would play out perfectly if this 1-minute candle rebalances to this big 1-minute fair value gap that was just opened, and so we have 1 more minute until the 5-minute closes. So if this candle closes up here, thus rejecting out of the 1 minute and getting a strong 5-minute close, that would be like, oh, the light's not on, but that would be ideal. And if not, then we just avoid a loss because we waited for this 5-minute to actually displace past these internal highs. So we will see how this candle actually ends up closing. See, that's not enough for me. That right there is not enough. It's not enough for me. Alright, once again we're starting to get bought back up. I want to see where this 5-minute closes. This is also 15-minute candle close and the hourly candle close. So this is a big candle close here in about 1 minute 15 seconds. If we can close above and prove that we want to continue higher, then I'm willing to put on a trade. And if we displace higher, I think safe stop loss can go below this internal low here that was put in within the 1 minute for value gap. So 1 minute until this closes here. Want to see a strong close for the 15 and the 5. So just gonna keep this rolling here and see what we do. Bro, it's simply just not enough. Never mind. If we come up to this internal, what are we gonna do here? It's a pretty strong 15-minute candle close, can't lie, and hourly close. I don't like this hard rejection, though. I don't like that hard rejection, though. Just low volume. It's just low volume, not really moving. I mean, if we hold this 1 minute and continue to get bullish moves up, maybe. I don't know. I don't like that hard rejection, though. Dude, and the 4-hour close is just so obvious where we're going right now. The draw is incredibly obvious, high time frame wise. That's the thing. High time frame wise, the draw is incredibly obvious. So obvious. So obvious. It's also a daily fair value gap, which I didn't realize. Just want to see us continue higher. ES is bullish as well. See, that's not even a 1-to-1. Dude, high time frame is so obvious, low time frame is chopped. So chopped. Low time frame is so chopped. So low time frame is just incredibly chopped. We have to rely on the higher time frames. So what do I need to see? Dude, it's just not enough. Now the 1 minute and the 5 minute are chopped. 15 looks good. 1 hour looks good. Clearly coming to this high. 4 hour isn't gonna load. Four-hour looks amazing. But the low time frames are just not there. I would need to see at this point I need to see more displacement past these highs to really convince me. I don't know. All right, if we can close this 5 minute strong above here, I'm willing to play a tight stop loss on something like this. I need to see a strong close. Stops below the internal lows. We're putting in higher lows, so it should continue to hold. The higher time frames just look so good. Nope. All right, this is gonna probably just be one of those mornings where we take the drawn liquidity just without offering any sort of entry. 15-minute candle failed to close above the high. 5 minute has continued to fail. 1 minute is incredibly chopped. 5 minute is incredibly chopped. There's just no way to get a safe entry here. Absolutely cannot play a tight stop loss because, I mean, this is just chop. So probably no trades. I don't see any way I could get a good valid trade at this point, even though the drawn liquidity is so clear. Sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes it's just like that, and I'm not gonna force anything first day of the week on a Monday. It's just not worth it. Just not worth it. And it's a no news Monday, so makes sense from that aspect, but just terrible delivery here. and I wanted to get in so many times, just failed to prove it to me. So yeah, unfortunate. All right, well, y'all just saw in live time. That is why we wait. This is why we wait. This is why we wait. This is why I stayed out of every single potential entry that I talked through in live time, because just wasn't enough confirmation for me. And if I had entered at any point in time, I would have been stopped out. Even though the drawn liquidity is super clear, high time frame wise, if the low time frame isn't offering a safe entry, it's probably a good sign to not take a trade and not force anything, even though you have max confidence in the drawn liquidity. So glad that I recorded live analysis throughout this. Hopefully this video is helpful. So no trades for me today. Um, I actually locked myself out somewhere around here, went and made some coffee, came back to see that we just completely dumped. So yeah, that is the live trade recap. No trades for me today. So yeah, man, discipline pays off. Discipline saves capital. Um, Discipline saves you. So that's it for this one. I will see y'all tomorrow in the. Maybe I do another live one. Maybe I do another live one tomorrow. Anyways, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.